ice drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside, look when they peep us. Shoes us in the belly of the beach, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawks see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising. Thinking, what type of knowledge don't sink in? Life gives you lemons and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my inner rage when it takes center stage way before they pour it on my grave. Minute Maid, let it set my soul ablaze. On each and every way, put me in the water for the save.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste it on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste it on my face like it's lemonade. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste it on my face like it's lemonade.
Lemonade, lemonade.
Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste it on my face like it's lemonade.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Eric, give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. There's Mostert. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Mostert, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
The Bills' first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. He'll drop this underneath the Moss. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
43-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
7, Bills nothing. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
The ball carrier.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5 now. Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox.
Allen's pass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Allen. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, it's Allen. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you...
Allen hit, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And nothing but daylight ahead. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Poole. And the return will go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Buffalo.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
It's a gain of 20.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Vikings 7, Bills 9.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to crowd him down near the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking.
Now a quick hit, and he lost the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Philip Dorsett with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Bills 0. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Play fake. Cousins. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Eluding the pressure run. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. But when he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one that may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
7 yards. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Mostert, toss left side. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Flushed out right. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Bills.
Here's Moss. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Allen. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This is taken at the 23. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Ball carrier.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Flush to his right, and his pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, here's a run with Moss. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Third down.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On play action, Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Dawson Knox. Incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Bass is good.
Is good.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers.
Philip Dorsett by himself. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Philip Dorsett with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. I don't don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Bills take it over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Number 30.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
The Bills send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 7. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Philip Dorsett, 55 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Bills 6. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short bit. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I'm telling my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
First down, Buffalo.
From the gun, Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
10 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On third down, here comes Mostert. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and the Bills will move the chains.
And the Bills first down.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Complete to Zacchaeus. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Olamide Zacchaeus, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On play action, Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And now look at this. Big game. This is picked up by the Bills. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But this guy's going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The Bills on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Allen. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So there's 3 and out.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Allen off the play fake. Flushed out right. And Pascal's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen's throw is complete, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down, Bills.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. And he puts it through.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Bills 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after next play, move on, next drive? That mantra has to come to the front. They got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now 3rd. Cousins now from the 50. And look at this. They get the tackle they needed. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Well,
Any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just shy of midfield, Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Allen's pass.
It's a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. And what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They start the drive with Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Quandre Diggs on the tackle.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
A 45-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
At their own 25-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Allen to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off right around the 43. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
At the 35.
Following the interception, Cousins. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Sacked by Jerry Hughes. Brought down back at the 43-yard line. Today's final.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Minnesota, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
got the party going up. A champ with the crown is here.